Hello out there. What's going on, good Vipo? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing compassion. Compassion, because we are talking about this morning or afternoon rather. We're talking about internet chefs who have no compassion. One has no compassion or love, obviously, for black women in general. Well, I think both of them actually, that just hit me. Both of them qualify as not having love for black women. One acts like they do. The other is very honest and transparent and has posted online many times about their disdain from the type of woman that they have come from because they're a black man. Um, and then the other is, hides behind baked mac and cheese and fried fried salmon. um anyway, I apologize for being late. I wasn't late. I do like to be on time. Some YouTubers, and it's to each his own, but they pop in when they feel like they give you a time and they 30 minutes late and they like, whatever, I'm here, be happy. I don't like to subscribe to that. I treat this like any other appointment that I would have. I like to be on time. However, I had to add a couple more minutes because the computer was going very slow. As you probably saw in that countdown, it was like freezing. And so then I also realized I needed to log in on a different device just in case we do get cut off because the computer didn't want to come to work today. And it has had weeks off. I don't know what's going on, but it didn't want to come to work today. It's just started dragging. But we're good now. I think we're all good. So today we are here to talk about Chef Way, and we're going to talk a tidbit about Darius Cooks, who has made his way back into internet drama as usual. But he this time has included himself in the situation of the of the passing of internet phenomenon, Grandma Holla. And so we're going to get more into that. But I guess I want to say hi to everybody. Hey to everybody in the chat. I'm sorry, I'm throwing off a little bit. But hey to everybody in the chat. And those of you who were with us last night, you know that we had an amazing time. It was just full of shenanigans, right up my alley. I needed that. And I appreciate all of you. And I was able to see the chat. I watched a little bit of it last night before I finally went to bed. And you guys were acting a plum fool in the chat with your church service. And I was cracking up. I wish that I was noticing those comments as I was doing it. Well, it's probably a good thing I didn't notice because I would have been all over the place, even more so than I normally am. But anyway, I love y'all for that. I got plenty of laughs last night, and then again this morning I watched the last of it. But with that, speaking of that, because we were talking about Larry Reid Live, who lies, allegedly. And what I forgot to do as I ended the live stream is I forgot to do the last document. I just stopped. I think I was so shocked and outdone in a good way by the fact that Levantre had put that 30-page document together, whether with the under the advisement of an attorney, which I saw someone saying he said that he got advisement from an attorney, but the attorney wasn't licensed in I guess North Carolina, where he had to submit. So he basically did the work, but the attorney advised him. And I'm like, still, even with that. So anyway, with the 30 pages, my mind was blown because I told y'all that was a blind reaction. So then I forgot to follow it up with the end of it, which was Larry Reid's next document he submitted to the courts, which was his hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Y'all know I'm a little rusty. We just getting back in the groove of this. Was his Larry Reid's plaintiff's notice of dismissal without prejudice. So Larry Reid submitted this. So he got that 30-page document. I'm sorry, he got that 30-page smackdown. Just like, get out of here with this foolishness. from a dude doing this on his own. And So he responded to the court and he put in a plaintiff's notice of dismissal without prejudice. So he was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, judge, I dismiss this. I dismiss this without prejudice," which means that he can still follow up and refile and all of that. So it says, in order to address pending jurisdictional issues, plaintiff Larry D. Reed and his company, Larry D. Reed Live, acting through counsel and pursuant to federal rule of civil procedure, and they give the number, hereby dismisses this action without prejudice with leave to refile on this 5th day of December of 2022. Now, my question, for one, he ain't had no choice. I mean, he did the legal process, but he had no choice but to dismiss because it was filed in the wrong jurisdiction. That's the only piece that they addressed in this. But if y'all remember, those of you who were with us last night, there were, was it 4? I ain't no attorney, y'all, because I can't remember the technical term right in this moment. But there were 4 separate clauses in which he was trying to say in this defamation that Levantre violated and should pay him $75,000 per clause. So it was a total of $300,000. When he addressed this as far as dismissing, he only addresses the one that they was like, first of all this foolishness, first of all, he's doubling down. Levantre saying you still did it. And then the other piece was you served his mama. You can't serve his mama. His mama ain't the one you're suing him. You got to serve him. And so they went through all of them. And what Larry Reed and his attorney picked out was that one, which was on top of all of this, you filed it in the wrong goddamn place because he don't live here in North Carolina. He actually lives in Georgia, and you got to file where he lives. And on top of that, you didn't file against everyone who was involved. So he should also be suing Bishop Whitehead. And I don't know about the first YouTuber. Again, I can't remember if that person passed away or not. Also this morning, because I did post in our Patreon, as I promised last night, all the links, the rabbit hole that I went down, I posted it in our Patreon for our executive people. So, if they were interested in going down a rabbit hole as well with this thing. But when I was looking for, I posted a few links, but I was looking for specifically the Surviving Larry Reed series that I had started watching back in 2020. It's gone. It's been scrubbed from YouTube. It's no longer exists. So I guess it has something to do with these other lawsuits. So now what I want to do, y'all let me know if y'all interested, is I want to dig into that first suit and see, for one, I'm trying to figure out where these videos went. Why did they get deleted? But also I want to know what happened in this first case, because I'm hearing somebody even last night was commenting, well, Larry Reed won that case. So why are we even still talking about this? Well, let's see, because y'all know how we do over here, us people. We the people, we the people actually go to the court documents. And what we found thus far is every time we go to the court documents, it don't align with what the person said actually happens. So I want to go see. We want to see for ourselves. We the people demand to see those court documents and go over them ourselves verbatim. So we own it. I'm on it for us. So that's going to be the next step in that, because I'm curious. Y'all know how I get. So anyway, we got that out the way. I just wanted to, because I'm like, I got off last night and then was like, wait a minute, I forgot this document. That was how I'm supposed to close out. But anyway, we still had a great time. Thank all of you who joined. If you didn't see last night's live, it was pretty damn good. Go check it out. Okay, so that brings us back to today. We're moving on now. And first, we're going to talk about Chef Way, who is another internet chef. I should say another internet cook, because these people none of them went to school. Everybody just throwing out the chef name, taking it from the title from these hardworking people who've gone to culinary school and worked at all these various fine dining restaurants and been under the leadership of all these executive chefs for many years. They've toiled away and poured their life's blood, like doctors pour their lifebloods into the medical field. They've done that with culinary arts. And y'all sitting there still in there. I can't just be calling myself no doctor, no medical doctor, and I ain't been to no medical school. How y'all get to call yourselves chefs? And y'all ain't been to no culinary school. Just I can cook a good meal too. I ain't gonna call myself no chef. Anyway, so Cook Way, Cook Way. I'm so silly. Cook Way is an internet cook, self-proclaimed chef, and he is also an attorney. So he has recently, like a lot of internet cooks, has started to gain some level of notoriety and fame from TikTok. It's really helped a lot of people grow. He has over there somewhere around 250,000 plus followers, or maybe less now with everybody finding out about this. But anyway, he has that, and he's had brand deals and all of these other things. Well, it looks like as his star was starting to rise, and I noticed there's a trend with this, that people commit these atrocities in their past. They what they say, watch who you step on your way up the ladder, because those are the same people you're gonna see on your way down. It's kind of that. It's kind of that. So in his particular situation, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, because I give an overview. So what he is being accused of is, before he became Cookway, he used to be on Twitter and on social media, and he was being very reckless, very mean-spirited, reckless, hurtful, all of that, and specifically towards a certain group of people. And it was people who look like his mama. I was about to say his mammy. I can't say that. I ain't disrespecting her. She ain't do that to us. His mama, Black women. So he has posts out there that, I need my glasses, y'all. Where my glasses? Well, he has posts out there that he was doing on Twitter, and he's known for those who knew of him back before he became Cookway on TikTok and stuff, knew of him as an internet troll who basically harassed Black women online. His name back then was Waymo the God, because his name is Wayman, his first name. One of the tweets here says, "She's too Black." And he has a picture of a beautiful Black woman here. Beautiful in many ways. But he says, "She's too Black." He tweets this to the public. Now, mind you, now he at this point in his life, he is not yet a internet person, public figure. So he ain't thinking none of this. He just being honest. He telling his truth. It says the body type that should wear bikinis versus the body type that shouldn't. So he has a thin white girl, Caucasian, and then he has a full-figured, beautiful still, full-figured lady of who looks like African-American lady or something. Then he says, "I see no," and this is the one that got me. "I see no difference." He has here a picture of a Black lady, beautiful Black lady, of course, and then a pile of trash at a trash dump, side by side. And his caption is, "I see no difference." I see no difference in you between you and Darius Cooks, who's a scammer, and a person who does not like Black women. I see no difference. Y'all both scammers. You scamming the people that act like you actually love the women who support you. You know that most of social media, when we talk about these YouTube and TikToks and stuff like that, the majority of the supporters are Black women. I don't know if y'all knew that. Females first, but Black women then second. I don't know if y'all knew that. And yet the people who thrive off of this community are the ones who hate them. I don't get it. I don't get it. So anyway, let's look at a clip. We're gonna have a couple of them, and I'm gonna break them. I'm not gonna play them all the way through. If you want to see them all the way through, you need to go to TikTok and watch these people's pages, because they're copyright things and stuff. There's ways you have to work around here on this YouTube. So anyway, we're gonna play this where they give a little bit more background than I just gave y'all. If it ever pop up on the screen. My computer is slow, so I accidentally clicked it off while clicking it on because it's taking so long.
A couple of things with this whole Chef Way thing that I find interesting that I think are being under discussed. So
let me pause it. Hopefully it'll catch up. Bear with us. There we go. Oh, also, and I'll add this piece. I think she talks about it. Let me let her talk for a minute.
Yeah, I'm using this picture. Hey y'all, I just want to discuss a couple of things with this whole Chef Way thing that I find interesting that I think are being under discussed. So yeah, I'm using this picture intentionally. I know a lot of people don't want to go there, but I'm gonna go here. So just keep this photo in mind. This is his fiance, Melissa Tran, who's I think a aspiring influencer as well. But keep this photo in mind when I show you one of his latest tweets that have emerged. So this is the image in which Wayman said this is the ideal woman, perfect size woman, and perfect skin tone. So keep that in mind. He goes on to identify this woman as garbage, is what he called her. I see no difference. All right, keep that in mind. Now, whose body type do you think this is closer to? Do you think this is closer to Wayman's ideal body type or the body type that he identifies as garbage? And if he thinks Melissa's body is garbage, why is he with her?
Exactly. So, he is married to, and I don't have any issues with interracial relationships whatsoever. My friends can tell you that. So my point is, you claim to have a disdain for black women and the bodies of black women, but you pick a person of another race who's probably purchased the body that looks like the body that many black women have naturally. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Also, there was a tweet where his mom actually responded to some of the posts where she was saying, I don't know where he gets these crazy ideas. This does not represent the way that I've raised him. So it's like even his mama was disowning his behavior. This person here, oh, you know what? Let me play this first. This is a news clip, and I'm going to do a little pausing here because it's a little longer. Everything's so slow.
Lisa, the tweets in question were posted under a now deleted account back in 2015.
And this volume is low, even on my side, so you might have to turn your volume up for at least this clip. Hope it ain't too low for y'all.
2015 and 2016, and Chef Way says he has changed his ways, but that has not stopped the outcry.
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's make a modernist interpretation of a turducken.
On TikTok, Wayman Wesley II.
Let's see if the computer will catch up, y'all. Let's give it a second.
Known as Chef Way, cooks up bite-sized snippets of content for his 250,000 followers. But a series of resurfaced tweets are leaving a bad taste in the mouths of many. Under a now deleted account with the handle Waymo the God, Wesley is accused of disparaging and insulting black women, saying negative things about dark skin and comparing them to trash. Twitter users reacting to the tweets, calling them colorist, anti-black, and misogynist.
Yeah. Lisa, the tweets in question were posted under a now deleted account back in 2015 and 2016, and Chef Way says he has changed his ways, but that has not stopped the outcry.
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's make a modernist interpretation of a turducken.
On TikTok, Wayman Wesley II, known as Chef Way, cooks up bite-sized snippets of content for his 250,000 followers. But a series of resurfaced tweets are leaving a bad.
Okay, that's I think it's repeating. It's hard to tell because it's freezing on my end too.
Under a now deleted account with the handle.
Let me get rid of it. You gotta love it. I ain't been online. I ain't been on here but twice in like almost over a month and a half, and now the computer want to act up when we finally get on. What's going on here? But anyway, yes, Don Smart. He is also a district attorney, and people have been in Houston, and people have been asking that he be terminated for this. So when this all came out, and so what I heard from you know what, I'm gonna play this one because I think she actually, I don't want to be doing a bunch of repeating if I did the same thing. It takes so long that I end up double clicking thinking it didn't take the response.
But black women.
Hold on.
What's up? Is your unfriendly neighborhood publicist here to talk about how to quickly ruin your brand 101. A lot of y'all on here know him as Chef Way. But black women who have been on Twitter for a very long time, which I am one of them, I've been on Twitter since 07, remember him as Waymo the God, the terrorist of black women, specifically dark-skinned black women. And I just don't know what possessed him to come back to Twitter and tweet as if his sins would be forgiven and forgotten. Like the app that does not forget nothing.
Sure don't.
That forgives no.
Uh-oh, I shouldn't have paused it then. Confuse the computer.
One.
I'm gonna just let this play so I don't mess it up.
This is called no self-awareness or brand awareness. Because he literally had gotten away with his crimes by coming over and rebranding on TikTok. But that ego, your ego is the perfect way to ruin your brand. Your ego says you could not just be okay with being hot on TikTok. You had to conquer the whole internet. That's what your goal clearly was. That's why you came back to Twitter thinking you was gonna be able to drop those videos in peace. So I won't just go in on him because y'all done went in on him enough, baby. He's having enough bad days. I don't need to add any more salt to the wound. But what I want people to learn from this is, one, if you are going to try to apologize for your past behavior, it cannot be reactive. It has to be proactive. If you're going to rebrand, it has to be proactive. You have to go ahead and grab that bull by the horns and admit to what you did wrong, explain yourself, and then you have to be okay with the fact that everybody's not going to forgive you and everybody's not going to accept it. But being reactive is always going to come across as disingenuous, especially when the evidence of your bad behavior is still very much left up on the internet, because it's like, are you really sorry if you didn't delete it or make sure it was gone? No, you probably not. And
so this was one of the tweets that actually, not tweets, TikTok videos that actually gave me some clarity on like the whole background of him, because it was kind of, I had never heard of him until this particular situation. And there were people starting to come out of the woodwork, very similar to like the Darius Cooks thing. But I've been a part of these movements now, so I understand how they work. And one of the things that happened was, even people who went to law school with him, women who went to law school with him, started to speak up about their experiences with him. And allegedly, what has occurred is that he actually just completed law school in maybe 2021. I want to say maybe it was 2021, 2022, something like that. He just completed law school. However, he had been in law school years prior. They said that he was such a monster in law school that people had started, and a tyrant against black women. So the same stuff he was doing online, he was doing that stuff in person as well, and sexually harassing people, et cetera, women, et cetera. And so he got so many complaints that he ended up getting basically kicked out of law school. And then eventually, because he's connected in some way or knew the right people, he ended up back in law school a few years later, and he's just completed. So there was a person who said, like, he was just a lady who tweeted, like, I knew him, I went to law school with him, and she's currently an attorney, and she just laid it all out of his she's like, this is not new. It wasn't just an online thing he was doing this in real life as well, and I dare him to say something because we got proof like on it. The thing is, when it comes to this, I don't know if he'll actually get fired from his job. Looks like they're, saying that they were aware. Oh, he also tried to blame this on, he said that he was a sick person back then, very sick. His employer, when they responded, mentioned that they were aware of his past, meaning he's saying now that he had a substance abuse problem, that he was an alcoholic, and that he got help, et cetera, and now he's been healed from that. So he's not the same person. And the way I look at it is, the way I was raised, etc. To me, alcohol is like liquid courage. It's a truth serum. To me, when people get drunk and they say stuff, no matter how horrendous, it's what's in your mind. I don't really believe in, I didn't mean to say that. Well, it's in your mind. Yes, you didn't mean to say it, but you mean it. It's in there. It's in you. That's why it came out, because you couldn't control it. Normally, you're able to filter yourself, and you buzzed out your mind, so you weren't able to filter yourself. So I don't look at this as a mistake. I've been pissed, and I could say some stuff. Y'all should know I get on here and act crazy sometimes. Certain things just will never come out of my mouth or even be thoughts in my mind because I don't believe them. I don't believe them. I don't believe horrible things about Black women. I love Black women. I was raised by Black women. Like, so it's not even in me to say it. Even as a joke, even. It's not in me to say it. Again, I think maybe I'm not in the Matrix. Because I'm like, I don't care if you were a sick person at the time or not. It's how you felt. And obviously, if we're going to really keep it real, if we look at your wedding pictures, looks like how you still feel. Because now, had you married a Black woman, like one who looks like the one you had next to the trash, the trash dump, then I'll be like, okay, maybe he, you know, is schizo or something. Maybe he really was way off. But you married something that aligns with the hate you was spewing. Like, all the stuff you said you didn't want is what your wife ain't got. So I don't know. Y'all tell me. But anyway, I think that's the bulk of what I have on him. So we'll see. Again, I didn't know anything about Cookway. And I ain't gonna know much more about him, because if nothing else happened with this story, I ain't gonna never look back at him. Truth be told. But the other piece about this, so where some people are looking at it like what I've learned about social media, I'm studying this stuff. I don't know, something's gonna happen with this, because this stuff is really, it's so fascinating to me that this guy with this scandal, whether or not he loses his job, I don't know about that piece. But what I can guarantee you is that he's not going to get kicked off social media, meaning he's not going to lose a ton of followers and just disappear into the abyss. That used to happen years ago when social media was a little newer. But what's going to happen is, and I probably should mark this down, put it on the calendar, and then we check back, we do another live stream 12 months from this date. And I guarantee you he's going to have more followers than he got now. And the reason I say that is not because the new followers will support that viewpoint of hatred. It's self-hate, self-hate, because he comes from Black women. He's a Black man. It'll be because this story will die down. They've never seen it before. They will not be aware. And he gets to create and continue with this new persona that he's created. And all these new followers will be none the wiser. That's how social media works. So he'll end up being most likely more successful than he is today, even with losing sponsorships. As long as he keeps up with this, as long as he doesn't, hide in a hole and never come back out, guarantee you 12 months from now, he's going to be bigger than what he is. His following is going to be bigger than what it is. I mean, there's plenty of stories. I might start doing case studies on this stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Let me jump to a few comments. I'm sorry, y'all. This, I don't know if we got any we don't have any start comments. I'm trying to navigate this. I know y'all talking to each other too. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be too slow. I ain't going to be able to do it. Unfortunately, the computer's too slow. A Black woman probably put him in his place. Now he mad, clown. Yeah, he probably is a goofball. He probably had a hard time dating Black women. Wasn't getting no play in high school or something. And next thing you know, he became a bully. What does he think he looks like? He doesn't have model looks. Yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, if we're going to be real honest, he actually has, and you can't really tell from this picture here, but he's shaped like Medea. Tyler Perry's Medea. He could play Medea without the fat shoot, without the padding. Maybe that's where hatred come from. He's like, God dog it. I don't want a woman who look like me, who got a body like me. Don't blame black women, blame your mama. Blame your ancestors. That ain't their fault your body shaped like that. Okay, anyway, let's move on to another badly shaped body. I hate this thing is working slow. Y'all should see on my side. This computer is dragging. So yeah, another poorly made body made wrong. Is Darius Cooks is back in the news. And another picture, Darius Cooks. And he has inserted himself into a trending topic because you know, he knows how social media, he claims that social media is his playground. And so when you're playing on social media, one of the things you do when there's a hot story going on is that you put yourself in the middle of it, even when you have zero to do with it. And in doing that, then you get people talking about you. Oh, if you're wondering what this picture is, some brilliant person has created this picture. Honestly, y'all, I don't be doing these pictures. I ain't that into Photoshop and stuff like that. So, but when I see them, I like to share them. But this is someone created this. This is the shape of Darius Cooks' head is what this implies, and the eyes, how they wander around like that. That's the eyes of this dog, and these teeth here are not this dog's teeth. Someone has Photoshopped. They've taken Darius Cooks' actual real teeth. Well, the ones in front are not real; those are veneers. But what's behind that little gap one, that little peg tooth, that's his real tooth. Actually, all his real teeth look like that behind all those veneers. So someone did that, and I just thought it was, appropriate. So anyway, Darius Cooks has inserted himself into the most recent viral story going around regarding Grandma Holla. Grandma Holla was a 90-something-year-old internet sensation, mainly TikTok and stuff. She took off. Her granddaughter filming her. She had a very sassy mouth, and she's very raunchy too. Some of the stuff I was cringing at. Like, I don't know. And people found it cute because it's like this older 90-year-old grandma, saying stuff. And so, she took off on social media, and she also was in stage 4, I think either stage 3 or stage 4 cancer at the time where she first became known on social media. So anyway, unfortunately, recently in the past few days or something, she has passed away. Who just said that? Hey, you there? 3 is saying that Grandma Holla was like Aunt Fee. So for those of you who may be familiar with Aunt Fee, who used to cook in her kitchen and be cursing her son out and hitting him and all that, Grandma Holla was similar to that. And so anyway, she's unfortunately passed away recently. Her family has created a GoFundMe for her funeral services. Darius Cooks, did I pull this in? Lord Jesus, did I pull it in? I think I did. Okay, good. This computer's throwing me off being so slow, y'all. I literally clicked on what I want. It's just taking that long to pop up. So Darius Cooks, knowing that this is a viral story, sees an opportunist, like predators do, an opportunity to somehow get his name buzzing up in it so that I can get some social media attention, because my brand is about drama, not about food. Says he posts on this, I think this is Facebook, posted on Facebook saying, if anybody knows the family of Grandma Holler, can you tag them? I know they're raising money for the funeral. Let them know I'll pay for the funeral, but I'm only sending money to the funeral home. I'm serious. Why is this post necessary? I mean, okay, fine. Offer your services, but why is it I'm only sending money to the funeral home? I'm serious. So I don't know what exactly occurred with this piece of it. And literally, I just found out about this morning, like as I was working on other topics for our live stream, and then this landed in my lap, and so I was like, oh, okay, well, this lines up with the chef way. We got two predatory scamming chefs. Well, I'm sorry, cooks And so yeah, I just threw these topics together. Anyway, so the next thing you know, this occurs. Some of y'all in the comments might know more details. Marianne, if you can and you see something, click on it if it's related to giving some more insight into how this went down. All I know is what I see, and I'm showing that. Here we go. So hopefully this will play well.
Prior to, I didn't even know.
Let me pause it. Buffer.
That y'all was talking shit about me until
I tell y'all, this computer.
Even know. Okay. And prior to, I didn't even know that y'all was talking shit about.
Give me a second. I'm letting it buffer a little bit, hopefully, because I would like it to be synced up for y'all.
About me until I happened to get text messages when I just got off the line cooking.
Ooh, look at them.
And I said, wait, what? Who said what? Who did what? I didn't even know you was upset with me. Fine, be upset with me. But what you should have did was you should have made sure there were some insurance plans for Grandma Holla. What you should have did. You see what I'm saying? What you should not be doing, especially if you knew her demise was coming, you got to get your affairs in order. And furthermore, I'm tired of this cycle that happens in Black folk family. Now, and
okay, Darius.
So pieces that I picked up through some of the comments and stuff is that Darius obviously, after posting that, also went on his Instagram lives that he does live and started talking about this family and commenting on the fact that they had a GoFundMe and talking about how they must not have they ain't had their business together, all this the stuff he talking about here, having no real knowledge of the situation, commenting on these people in their time of bereavement. But that's the type of, heartless person, because it's not necessary. You have a large, like last night, the church they called large, it was 125 people. So I'll say he has a large platform of, all of the 500 or 600 people that follow him on IG Live. Why would you broadcast and why would you harass this family in that platform? Why mention it? Why bring it up? It's not necessary. Find other content, like cook. Show them a recipe or something. Okay.
Cooks, baby. Since we going there, let's do this. Okay.
Just an explanation. So after Darius went live, whatever. Yeah, that was a live that he did. After he posted that, the granddaughter of Grandma Holla, the one who actually created the GoFundMe, jumped on and she was like, I ain't having it. And this is her response or rebuttal to Darius Cooks.
You got a lot of nerve. You one of the biggest, sweetest scammers out here. For real. You want to go there? You want to put my live on your live for clout? Is that what you doing? So let's do this. Because you are known to be a scammer. You have been on the news for scamming, my boy. So let's do this. Make sure you share this live to your live as well. You and your pots and your piss ass cooking. That don't look like nothing to me. You sitting up counting my coins. You worry about how you scamming people. Now put that on your day of a bariatric patient. You ain't got nothing else to talk about with your people because you don't know what you're talking about. Why I'm in the car? Because what you want me to be in a spaceship? This is what I'm driving. And that ain't what I'm coming over here for. I see you and the Nashville bastard. That's all y'all got to do is to sit up and I'm so glad that I'm that entertaining to y'all. I'm glad. But Darius, find you something safe to do. And make sure you share this with your people. Baby, I can...
Make sure you share this with your people. Find you. I like to find you something safe to do. I like that one. Find you something safe to do, because this ain't safe for you. This gonna get you. This gonna get you something that you ain't gonna want. So I hate that this is working so slow, y'all, because I was gonna I'm gonna still attempt it, but these comments are coming so slow. So here was some comments under the post that Darius made. I just saw Don Smart. I think you were saying that one of them was removed, the live was removed. I don't know if you're talking about the Darius one. So Transparently B is actually a TikToker who exposes Darius Cooks quite a bit. She keeps her foot on his neck as well, and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you for your work, friend. Says, Darius, let's talk about how you shouldn't have let those people continue to work for you when you knew the state of Georgia shut you down and sued you. Right. So it's people. Let me do this one. This one says, is he trying to be relevant again? Why is this grown ass man always being messy? Why? Well, the truth is, sorry, y'all, this stuff is just slow. The truth is, that's his brand, and he's told us this. I'm gonna start having these clips a little closer where I just click on them right away. But he literally says that if he were to post pictures of food all day, he would get no engagement. He knows that what he cooks is not interesting enough by itself. It is the drama that he creates around it, and the greedy guts who follow him as well. But the food alone is not enough to get him the engagement that he gets, and he knows that. He knows that for a fact. That's why he's trying to be a blogger now. He has no real identity. Says, but what does this have to do with you, Iro? He needs to get his affairs in order. Yes, money was sent to her, but she also had day-to-day expenses. Either you're sending money or not. And this person says, it really doesn't matter. It's not his business, period. Exactly. And that's kind of how I look at it. I don't know. It's just wrong on so many levels. This person says, this is the only way he gets engagement is by investing in drama. Nobody coming for his food. It's mess. It's a mess. Exactly. Anyone else notice how zesty he got when he came out? Now, this one I pulled because I was like, I don't agree with this. As a person who knew him from the age of 19 through whatever age he was when he scammed everybody in Chicago and ran off, he was always zesty. He was always zesty. It's just that when he first came to social media, he was learning his way, and he was broke and everything else. And as he, what they say, how they say money only magnifies who you really are. He was always a horrible person. He was always a predator, and he got a little money and it enhanced, and he just started being more horrible and more of a predator to more people. So it was always there. As a person who knew him back in the day, it was always there. He was always zesty. Y'all, it just took y'all a while to see it until y'all started giving him y'all money, and y'all, enabled this monster. Says, listen to this criminal. Shaking my head. Why hasn't he gone to prison yet? So a lot of people still say that. Why hasn't he gone to prison yet? Like, how much time we gotta wait? How much longer? LOL. He's the last person who should be saying anything. The F? Exactly. As if as if he got his affairs in order. If you had your affairs in order, you wouldn't be on Fox 5. You wouldn't have articles in Forbes magazine. You wouldn't have had Black Enterprise magazine articles on you, full of receipts. You wouldn't have had the Shade Room of all places verify that you are in fact a scammer and a known scammer. You would not have had the state of Georgia sue you for above 701 credit repair scam where people, past customers, so reported you that the state's attorney in Georgia had to get involved, sued you, made you pay $145,000 and took all of your business licenses, which is why you are moving to Texas, Houston, because you can't open no businesses in Atlanta anymore. So you're going to go there, and because you're such an evil and predatory person, you're going to fuck up there too. And you ain't going to be able to open no businesses there after they sue you and get whatever they get. The restitution will probably be more like $1 million back then because you become better at scamming. So the amounts will be higher. That's all. I'm done. I can't stand his ass. He needs to be worried about them restaurants. Here's a prime example of what I was saying, because I believe this person still thinks that he has restaurants. And like I just stated, he doesn't have restaurants because they were closed by the state of Georgia because of the above 701 scam. We still got to read those court documents too. I keep forgetting y'all. Y'all got to remind me. But the state of Georgia, as a part of that $145,000 settlement that he keeps claiming was just, all I did was write $145,000 check. That wasn't done. Who says that? That you got that fine because of a violation. No one just says, oh, that was a fine. Who cares? It was $145,000. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't that rich. Even if you were, it's still stupid. Who wants to throw away money like that? But anyway, those businesses got closed because the licenses were removed. He will claim that it was because of the bad employees and he was under so much stress and it was mental health. Hell yeah, it was mental health, because the state of Georgia was after you and you didn't know you was going to go to jail too. But you got away. Satan was on your side. He let you slide one more time. And he let you get away with just paying $145,000. But the truth is, those business licenses were taken. And you cannot, still currently, I know for a fact, still currently, the state of Georgia has you on their radar. They still track you. I know the name of the of the agent, the person who tracks you. They still watching you. And you got to report when you move. Make sure you let them know you move to Houston, because if you don't, we will. All right, let's keep it moving. Why y'all got me? Y'all got to quit being away from me too long. Got me acting up. This is not the time to discuss anybody. I get these some typos. This apparently you never lost a parent. This is wrong on so many levels. This is, and some of these comments I grab because I'm like, people don't know. People don't know. The fact is that Darius has in fact lost a parent. He lost his father at the age of 19. The problem is he didn't have a relationship with his father. Only saw his father a handful of times, literally, handful of times. And so when his father passed away, he had no real emotions. He's never been able to bond in that way. He's always had a void, a lack of love. That is how he can not have compassion in this moment. That this family has lost a matriarch of their family, and he thinks this is the time to drag them on social media about their financial decisions, or even hers. I mean, she was 90-some years old. This is not the time to have those discussions, and especially on a public platform. Yes, Saint Sinner, he's a narcissist for sure. Ronzel says he didn't even go to his grandfather's funeral. Oh, thank you for reminding me, because that was another point I was gonna make. He didn't even call his. Did he even call his family? That part I don't know if he called his family or not. But I will say that he did not go to his grandfather's funeral. He claimed that it was because he's so loyal to his dining with Darius. He had to work, is what he said. He had to work. Now, this multimillionaire entrepreneur who always brags about having a life that doesn't feel like work, and he gets to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it, all that good stuff, could not make accommodations, could not make it happen for him to make it to his grandfather's funeral. Now, your flying monkeys / supporters / victims, the Beehive, love your dirty draws. You don't think that they would have understood for you to be able to go? I mean, you've canceled years of what was that? 2017 canceled a whole tour of Dining with Darius events, so much so that he ended up owing Eventbrite $90,000. No, I'm sorry, yeah, $90,000 for not refunding the people's money, and they had to go through Eventbrite to get their money back. So you canceled that, and that wasn't even just one date. That wasn't even just saying, well, I'm gonna skip this meal service and do the others. That was, you didn't show up at all. And then on 2020, pandemic happened. There's still people saying they didn't get their money from that. What about the Dallas event last year? Actually, that ain't this long ago. The Dallas event that got canceled because you were holding the illegal dining event in these people's houses, Airbnb house, and you didn't inform them that you were going to have a business event there with 30 plus people. And when they found out, they ordered you to come out of the house and had the police, escort you out. You ain't pay them people back either. So you can do those things, but you can't go be there with your family and attend your grandfather's funeral. He ain't got no heart, y'all. He ain't got no heart. And we'll be talking about those things later too. We got receipts on all that, y'all. Okay, so that's that with that story. It's hard for me to do the comments because this computer's really slow today for some strange reason, and literally just got slow when I was getting ready to go live. I mean, I've been doing all kind of stuff, and it was working just fine today. So this is the other story. Speaking of Darius Cooks, we have the fake giveaway, as I'm coining it. And it's throwing me off because I'm freezing on my side, but then when I watch it on YouTube, I think it's totally just fine. I think. No, it ain't. It looked like it's freezing on y'all side too. Let me know if I'm freezing on y'all side. So anyway, the fake giveaway. So Darius Cooks posted recently. I don't know when this was. This is something else that was on one of the platforms that makes sure to keep their feet on his neck, rather. Feet. Their foots on his neck. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, it's my computer. It's not even YouTube or anything. Sorry for that. I hope it ain't too bad. It says he tweeted and I'm sorry. Is this tweet? No, this is Facebook. Made a post and said, "Let's do a giveaway while I'm on this plane, flying back from ATL to LA." Flying back to ATL from LA. It says, "I'll cash app the first 10 people that can tell me the last stop on the 2023 tour. Let's go." So my original thought was, wow, finally, he's actually giving something back to his followers, because he's just always taking from them. Everything is, the most he'll give is a discount if they give him money, but it's never, giveaways or so. And so we have been making comments about that. And I was actually going to talk about that more in depth in the future. And I was like, it's working, because usually, if we start calling him out for not giving people their orders and the refunds and all of those things, then he'll step it up. So I was like, D-Wives, Flying Monkeys, you're welcome again. Like, we've done you a service. We've now called him out about being a taker, because when we highlight his predatory practices, he'll then adjust himself, which is good, fine for me. I don't care. Like, I like that because it feels like, we're puppet stringing him. Like, we're helping the people who don't know no better, and we're actually helping them be less preyed upon in some way. So I like that. So this is what I thought when I saw that. I was like, "Oh, okay. Once again, we got him jumping through hoops. He's doing things to, supposedly keep us quiet, but we're just, we're controlling the situation." So then he replies, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, he's the same person. He ain't changed." He says, "All right, I'm done trolling y'all for today. I legit made a post and said that I'll cash app you if you can tell me the last stop on the tour. I never specify if it was the most recent or last stop or the one in December, literally the last stop. Here's what amazes me. Here's what amazed me. Y'all knew precisely where to go to find the information. Whether you Googled it or not, you knew how to look it up and find the information you were looking for. Within 5 minutes of the post, I received over 600 comments." Next part of it. My slow computer, bear with us. I'm gonna get this computer a break when we get off this live. Watch it be working perfectly fine. It says, "I refuse to believe the questions I get about..." I'm sorry, y'all. This got smaller, so I'm struggling a little bit. It says, "I refuse to believe the questions I get about things that are in black and white are real questions. Do I think that people will have true questions? Yes. But the level of hand holding that runs parallel to information gathering is so interesting to me. I still struggle to understand. But hey, we're all different. Moving forward, if the answer is posted or on the website, I'm asking sincerely that you get someone else to do it. Because in the year of our Lord 2023, I ain't going to be able to do it. I'll respectfully decline to answer, and we will let one of my more qualified and more patient, because he has zero patience, followers to answer for you. See y'all tonight for raspberry lemonade margaritas and salmon cakes. I'll be on somewhere around 8 p.m. Color Folks time. It ain't the computer, it's me pausing. Just because of the sheer astrocentrosity of a post like that. Treating grown people like children, like you're their daddy. I get the point of it, but the approach is extremely disrespectful. They get disrespected all the time, so this ain't new. And honestly, in the big scheme of things of how disrespected they get constantly, this little, because he's just straight up called them hoes and bitches and called them stupid. literally, I ain't making that up. Literally. So for him to insult them, psychologically like this. So I pretend to have a contest, which should be nice for him to do. Why not cash app your people? You a multi-million, supposedly, aka allegedly a multimillionaire who brags about your money and shows fake screenshots all of the time. Why not give back to these people who placed you in that position? Why play games with them and offer them? And he has 600, so he says, he has 600 people allegedly respond. These are probably 600 people of which probably could use, whether it was $20, $50, $100. I mean, you multimillionaire, let's give them $100 a piece. So instead of saying that I wanted to actually try this out to prove a point and also give the people the money, you just like, oh, this was a joke. I was trolling y'all. And it's okay for me to do that to y'all. It's okay for me to play with y'all emotions. Although when I go live this evening with this raspberry lemon foolishness and burnt salmon cakes or whatever they are, I'm going to be offering y'all a discount code to buy some shit from me. It's a one-sided relationship. It's all about him. And as I was saying, I get when you are a social media influencer, I get it. I get this too, where people come directly to us with the questions of things that are out there that we put out there, and they don't necessarily realize that it's not just you asking me that. It might be 100 people, 90 people asking me that same question, and you can't respond individually to each one, and the information was already out there, etc. I get it, but you don't have to approach it in such a disrespectful way. Sheep following the wolf, right, Deborah? So that was that story. I just wanted to share that. We definitely have more. Yeah, when y'all see what I got, when y'all see what I got coming, it's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. He says, Don Smart says he went off on someone last night because they wanted to know if if raspberries had seeds. Like, I mean, he tells you here. Is this it? The part? Why is this thing so slow? I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, y'all, because I'm getting irritated by my computer. But he tells us here that he doesn't have patience. In this tweet, he tells us, and someone who is more qualified and has more patience. He has no patience. We see this all the time anyway. We see it. I'm like, when the hell do you actually answer questions? Because the stuff that I see people, screenshot and all that, and I've seen stuff on my own here or there. The stuff I see, you always snapping at people, snapping back and being condescending with your answers. I've never seen a sincere, clear answering of a question. And we know you don't check the email. We know you don't answer emails because you got all these people who say they email 17,000 times trying to get an answer about an order or a refund. I don't know. But with that, y'all, just because, this computer, I think we've been on here an hour and 10. I get y'all some time. And I'm going to be back. Just so you know, I think I saw somebody making a comment here in the chat somewhere about the Terica. No, somebody's texting. That's what's happening. I'm like, I saw that somewhere. But anyway, just FYI reminder, I will be attending Terica Ellis's sentencing on this coming Tuesday, and we will be going live that evening. I guess I'll go ahead and schedule it. I can schedule it already. I already know what's going to happen, and I'm gonna be there. So yeah, then we'll do a live recap of the sentence and what happens there, and I'll do what we do, and yeah, that's that. So also don't forget that we have our Patreon. I didn't pin any of the comments that I put there, but we have our Patreon. We have our my computer is just like, my computer ain't having it at all. But you can check the chat, and you can also check the description area below for our Patreon and our VIP text community, as well as our VIP Facebook community, where the fun continues 24/7. So with that, I thank you guys for joining me today, and until next time, until we meet again, make sure to take care and be blessed. And thank you to all my moderators. Thank you to all the moderators on the front end, Marianne on the back end. I really appreciate y'all. Again, till next time, take care. Be blessed. Peace.